Since its release in the summer of 2016, Overwatch has remained in the spotlight of the gaming community, and the esports community in particular. Though Blizzard has periodically released new heroes, mainstays of the game, like Soldier 76, continue to have a high pick rate, with versatility that can still turn the tides of any match in your team's favor.
We're all soldiers now.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. First, a bit of background. Jack Morrison, otherwise known as Soldier 76, grew up on a small farm in Indiana, but quickly joined the American Armed Forces in response to the Omnic Crisis. He was soon recognized by military commanders for his valor and expertise on the battlefield, leading to his involvement in the controversial Soldier Enhancement Program.
I led Overwatch for 20 years. We ended the Omnic Crisis and paved the way to a better future. Those were the good old days. They didn't last.
Back to in-game facts now. Soldier 76 is known for his high and consistent DPS, and as such carries the role of dealing damage and getting picks for his team in Overwatch matches. Weapons and abilities. Soldier 76's primary weapon is his assault rifle, a hit scan weapon which deals between 5.7 and 19 damage per bullet, depending on where the enemy was targeted. Of course, the following numbers can change with balancing, but at the moment, Soldier's rifle carries 25 rounds and has a reload time of 1.5 seconds. His secondary fire is his Helix rockets, which deals 120 damage upon a direct hit and 80 points of splash damage. 76 also has a sprinting movement ability, which allows him to quickly reposition in order to maintain advantageous angles on enemy targets. He also has his Biotic Field, which is an AoE, a healing ability that provides a small amount of healing over time to Soldier and his teammates at a rate of 40 health per second.
Get over here and heal up.
Finally, his ult, Tactical Visor, or TAC Visor for short, allows Soldier to automatically target individual enemies in his visual field. Basically, it's a built-in aimbot with a timer. Strategies and tips.
60 seconds.
Because of 76's ranged damage dealing ability, his healing output, as well as his strong ultimate that can erase squishy targets quite fast, he remains a strong pick in almost any Overwatch composition. While he can deal damage up close, it's more advantageous to keep enemies at a distance, as this allows him to deal high damage, charge his ult, and keep the enemy team at bay. If the enemy team is using a Pharah, it's generally Soldier's responsibility to focus her down, as few heroes have the ability to effectively shoot her out of the sky.
These aren't your streets anymore.
When using his assault rifle, it's a good idea to shoot in short bursts rather than complete continual fire, as continual fire will result in increased bullet spread that greatly reduces the aiming capability. His Helix rockets should generally be used to finish off enemies that are on low health. While a direct hit deals an impressive 120 damage, this is actually difficult to perform, so many players prefer the strategy of shooting the rockets at the feet of their enemies, which deals less damage, but can be more consistent overall. It's important to note that you can splash yourself with that splash damage, so make sure that you have a large pool of health before attempting to hit an enemy that's close to you like this. For those unafraid of getting damage from your Helix rockets, you can actually use them to rocket jump and get yourself into places you normally can't.
I've still got it.
It also behooves teammates to remain close to Soldier, since his Biotic Field AoE effect can heal critically injured allies and save them from dying in the absence of other support. Soldier's ranged damage, along with his ability to group heal, can charge his ulti pretty quickly, possibly giving your team the edge. His TAC Visor is also extremely powerful, but there are several ways that players can misuse it. The biggest mistake most players make is to use this ultimate against tanks. Smart tank players will be able to mitigate or flat out avoid the damage. For example, it's very easy for a D.Va player to throw up her defense matrix as soon as she hears the ult pop.
Target eliminated.
A good strategy is to work with your team to take D.Va out of her mech and then give Soldier the opportunity to use his ult in the most effective way possible. As you can probably tell by now, target priority is extremely important to a successful Soldier, focusing down squishies like supports and other low health heroes who are most vulnerable to this ult. Pro tip, using Tactical Visor automatically reloads your rifle, meaning that you can unload the entire magazine into the enemy team and then immediately use your ult for an instant reload. Lastly, when dealing with enemy characters like Junkrat or Reaper, utilizing the natural high ground built into each map can be extremely effective. Weaknesses and vulnerability. Because Soldier 76 has always been considered one of the most well-rounded and flexible heroes, this character simply doesn't have a lot of major weaknesses like other characters do. Having said that, there are still a few weak spots where Soldier can be exploited. close-range characters particularly excel at gunning down Soldier when they get the proper position. He simply doesn't really have that close-range firepower to compete with the likes of Junkrat, Reaper, or Roadhog. Furthermore, while he excels at ranged combat, snipers like Widowmaker can still easily win a ranged fight. Soldier's a character that relies heavily on his team. Much like a lot of other characters, if you're caught out of position playing Rambo, you might be in trouble. Overview. Soldier's kit makes him a pretty strong pick for almost any team comp. His ranged abilities allow him to gun down enemies at a distance, and his biotic field can provide critical group healing. His ultimate can quickly eliminate high-value targets, like the Pharah Mercy Pharmacy combo, which, if left unchecked, can completely carry a game. And there you have it. 76 may not be in it for the glory, but we hope we've helped soldiers everywhere up their game a bit.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you?
Not anymore.
I think you are.
Thanks for watching Mojo Plays. Be sure to subscribe and click on the link in the description below to check out our suggestion page and vote on what content you'd like to see us cover next.